Thank you. Automation technology and the future of workforce. The fourth industrial revolution, the fusion of technologies such as artificial intelligence, automation, and robotics is here to stay. And it's creating a revolutionary paradigm shift in the future of workplace. This transformation will present opportunities and challenges for industry, stakeholders, and consumers. In this session, NOBEL-Women will hear from experts on how the fourth industrial revolution is disrupting almost every industry in our nation and the impact it will have on how citizens will work, where they will work, and the skills they would need to work. Additionally, policymakers will have an opportunity to discuss how they can help manage this transition and ensure that the communities of color are decreasing the risk of being left behind and maximizing the potential of being fully engaged in this technological revolution. I am, as they've already stated, Senator Valencia C. from Georgia. I happen to have been the first Black elected to our local school board in '92. In 2000, the first from my district to go to the House of Representatives, and the first to serve in the Senate from my district. So as we talk about how we are moving, we need to continue to tell our story so we can reach back and make sure that we have somebody in the trenches ready to take our seats as we move on. That's right. One of the things that I've been proud of is working with seniors in technology. And I want to make sure that you all understand that's a population, it's going to take hard work to bring them in the fold. But it's here to stay, so it's our call to do. Now, I want to introduce our panelists. Mark C. Littlejohn, Director of Public Policies and Strategic Alliance, Verizon, raise your hand. Darissa D. Griffin, CAE, Chief of Staff, Multicultural Media, Telecom and International Council, that's MMTC. That's a mouthful. Yes. Raise your hand. Antonio Williams, Senior Director for Government and External Affairs, Comcast. Yay. Danielle Dean, Director of State Government Affairs at NCTA. Now, to kick off this discussion, I got a couple of questions. The question, and we'll just go down the line and let each of you take a few minutes to answer them if you don't mind. What is the state of technology in the U.S. and why should communities of color care about it? That's the first question. And I'll go ahead and let that come down the line before I give you the second. Please use this time to say something about your company and your role. You want to go ahead and start?
Sure, I'll start.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Danielle Dean. As was mentioned, I'm the Director of State Government Affairs at NCTA, the Internet and Television Association. NCTA represents the cable industry, and our mission is to bring diverse perspectives together and drive the industry forward in policy creation, customer experience, and content creation. So, yeah, can you hear me? That's better. Yeah, I can hear it too. So I would just start, and I'm not going to take up a lot of time on this question in particular, but oftentimes when people think of the cable industry, they think TV shows or TV content. But really, it's a very diverse and broad industry. When we start talking about artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, smart communities, video applications, or you're talking about telehealth. All of this data is right along our networks. It's, it will require lower latency, higher capacity within the networks, and greater speed, all of which our industry is responding to. And I think there's a lot of opportunity when you talk about the workforce, and we're in the front lines in a lot of the innovation that we're going to be seeing coming out of the pipeline. So I do have some statistics we do in partnership with the women and we're going to blank on their names, but it's the Women in Cable Telecommunications and the National Association of Multi-Ethnicity in Communications, WICT and NABIC are their acronyms, and both of them do a biennial survey that looks at diversity, both women and people of color in the cable industry, and they have a report out. The most recent one that's currently available is 2017, and I can go into some of those statistics if you guys are interested in it. But I think it's a great touch point for the industry, so that as we start talking about the future and looking at bringing in a more diverse workforce, this is a good place to see where we are currently and what we can do to improve. So I'll stop.
All right, well, looks like I'm next. So I just want to start and just say good morning and thank you guys all for being here. It's nice to see you guys again. I hope you guys were as energized as I was by that breakfast. And that was just some incredible women to hear their stories and what they did. I mean, that was moving to me. I think, so as Senator C mentioned, I'm with Comcast, NBC Universal. So let me do a little survey to make sure everyone knows who we are. Anybody watch the debate last night?
Yeah.
All right, so you guys watched MSNBC and Telemundo. You guys seen Us or Get Out? Dude, come on, y'all don't go to movies anymore? Seriously. Because everybody else has seen those, but there we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's all Get Out.
That's Universal, that's what I'm talking about. And I see a bunch of people on your phones, so that's the internet, and that's Comcast, right? So now you know who we are. All right?
You might move them back.
I've now been with Comcast for about 12 years. And I started out my time here with the company actually working to build out broadband to communities and help get communities connected to the internet and to access. And what that took a lot of individual conversations with legislators like yourselves, with community leaders, with city councils, because what you're talking about in each of those instances is you're talking about investment in a community in America to get the infrastructure in the ground that connects people to the internet. It costs billions upon billions of dollars to do. It's not easy to operate, and you gotta keep going back to redo it. So that's why we're here, that's why we engage, that's why we're having these conversations. I got to move from that and work on a program called Internet Essentials, which many of you have been part of. It's the largest broadband adoption program in the world. We connected 6 million low-income families to broadband. And this is not to be overstated, and we can go back and talk a little bit later about how this works, but it makes sure that fundamentally that the people who need access to the internet have access to the internet. And then I left that and I went over and started working with our public policy team because, when Senator C started talking about, the people who will be impacted by this next revolution, if you would, this next evolution of our economy and the digitization of everything around us, it's not just consumers, it's not just the companies, but it's also government. And how government responds to that challenge and how we think about that challenge has real meaning and real impact. So that's a little bit about my company and about who I am. And I think, sorry, I had to note down the questions because I talked too much. And she asked, Senator C asked a little bit about what the state of tech is. So let me talk a little bit about the state of tech. And I'll be quick. But if you're talking about the economics, it's great. Stocks keep going up. If you're invested in any of these companies, you're looking good, except for Apple, because with Joni Ivey leaving, it took a little bump down last night, but they'll recover, no worries. If you're talking about consumers, I think it's really beyond some of our wildest dreams. You can get cars on demand, you can get food on demand. I saw a few people in the lobby yesterday using Tinder so you can get other things under the air.
Stop it. You need to stop it. He gotta go.
But if we're being serious, right, and the reason we're here is if you talk about diversity, it's abysmal. We're not living up to what we need to be doing or how we're doing it. And we need to think about how that is that we change that. And that's across the tech industry. And so like when you look at companies, whether it's Google or Facebook or Amazon, you're talking 1-2% diversity in their workforce. You know, when you look at, you know, other industries, what this one said, you know, you have a much better picture. So we want to get to and understand a little bit about why that is. And then lastly, equally, when you're talking about citizenship, it's a very mixed story. So whether it's education, healthcare, security, privacy, all the things that we talked about and we talked about earlier today on these panels, as those become digitized, we need to talk about how government plays a role in that. So it's a mixed story when we talk about the state of tech, and I look forward to talking with you guys about it.
Hello, can everyone hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, I'm Mark Littlejohn again. I'm with Verizon, which is Director of External Affairs. And so I'm 5 weeks into this role, really excited to be here. This is my first time at the NOBEL-Women's conference. I probably know my colleague Deb Speed. So Deb just retired, and I'm the new Deb. I have issues to feel, so hopefully I can do that. You probably know that at Verizon we're really focused right now on 5G and making sure all these cities connected. I think our first 2 cities were Chicago and Minneapolis, so we're probably benefiting from 5G right now. And so since I'm such an novice, I brought a video to speak for me because I can't really speak right now. So cue the video up.
The turning points in human history have all been about things. The Industrial Revolution was about machines. The space age was about science and rockets. The information age was about computers and data. But now, we are entering the age of humans. Truly, magnificently, utterly powered by people. Where people would be able to do anything they dream of. Children learning of atoms by seeing inside atoms. Doctors performing surgeries from miles away. The ability to see the invisible. To play, to learn, to live, to work, the way one only dreamed of.